See where they decide to go. 7 seconds on the clock. Showmaker still making up his mind.
Feeling to lead. Oh, I
Swain.
love that. Yes!
On the hunt, Swain is terrifying. And so now, that Sivir-Swain combination, see whether that's going to be enough to push D plus Kia over the line. That top of his lungs, 2015. We'll see whether I can give it a shot here, 2023. Certainly good news, staying very even in farm, as is Chobi's way, especially with melee champions. Showmaker hits that level 6, and Canna will find himself a Q, but the wallop comes in, and immediately he's ulted out. Okay, that's interesting. Canna going for it very early on in the piece. Has that level advantage, so he wants to just press the button as, oh no. Oh dear, Delight. This is so scary. He's only at 400 health. Deft and Kellen desperately trying to get this crash so that Canyon can visit.
So the Suns
should
be aware of that this might be coming. It's a cannon wave as well.
Yep, Showmaker moving down, and Canyon's going to move in front of the minion wave. Arctic Assault doesn't find anything, but Delight is still extremely low. Canyon is in an awkward position as now Pays. Can he get the kill back? It looks like the answer is no, because he gets into the brush, and Deft locks down the kill. It's a disaster for Gen G. I beg your pardon?
I know you don't.
Yeah, I don't.
You heard me.
Pays might be dead. Okay, no. Deft not going to go for touch.
Bait.
As Peanut's coming in. All right, let's see whether Deft survives this one. Final chapter comes in. That's a decent snare, but the flash is there to follow, and Pays is going to join to help lock that kill down. Doesn't actually get it. Let's see whether Gen G can hold on to this area. All 5 members.
Ooh, might have a 5v5 here. Showmaker's on his way.
This might be the end of the lull state. Be careful, excitement could be ensuing. As Canyon's going to move up, let's see whether he can lock it down. He throws an ult all the way the wrong direction, does steal the Rift Herald though, as now Chobi diving into that backline, but Showmaker is soaking all of the damage forever. It is just insane what this Swain can do, and they'll take the Herald, and they'll get out just fine. They might be able to find some opportunities to get a stray Swain or a stray Sivir wandering through the jungle, as this is going to be a straight Doran in a bit of trouble here.
I'm pretty sure D plus is just going to stay together.
Chapter, Vision of Empire going to do a fair bit of work there as well, as, oh no, Peanut! That was not the position you wanted to find yourself in. He was just trying to protect Doran, and he paid for it with his life. The ultimate sacrifice to be used by the Gen G jungler. As Canna was looking for it, doesn't quite get there, and the Boomerang Blades are still hurting a heck of a lot, as in goes Canyon yet again. Mega Gnar is hit though. They get the Gnar into the wall also. Doran going down very, very low as Zeri finding an angle here. Definitely a possibility as Showmaker's teleporting over. Chobi gets into the Shroud as now Doran tries to find the house angle. Doesn't quite get it as because we were saying that it was kind of okay when they lost most of 2 turrets. As Showmaker going to demonically ascend. Let's see whether he can keep himself alive for long enough. The cavalry are not really arriving though, guys. So Showmaker's just dead.
That's quite big, because it doesn't have teleport available, and Dragon is spawning in 45 seconds, so with Hex Gates...
That's a Baron angle.
Oh, yeah, they're not stopping.
Well, Canyon gets a control ward in there, and if this is a 50-50, able to get a couple of autos as Chobi, all right, he's going to get bonked into the wall by Canna, but goes into his Shroud, he'll be fine. So we may just have a 5v5, Gen G not wanting to give away Soul Point whatsoever. As Canna going to hit Peanut a few times. Let's see how this one's going to go. Never move, connect onto Doran. It's only going to feed his Narbar though. Going to be pretty happy about that situation. This Drake actually being quite frustrating, doing a fair bit of damage there as well, as Canyon in the back of this pit. They do turn onto Doran as Showmaker. He ascends. Chobi looks for Deft, but the Yumi's going to eat so much of that damage, and the Deft in so much trouble, and Pays picks up the kill. Showmaker now going to get knocked up as Chobi's now backflipping right on top of him. And Gen G, they are going to win this team fight. They're going to turn the game entirely around. The cat can't do anything, and the Swain's in the same position. Is this game, Chronicler? Like, what's happening?
Well, they can't, and the Nexus isn't going to fall, but man!
Counter off to the side as well, so it's a bit of damage from Peanut, I believe. But everyone, we're K-Ramming. Once again, as Chobi on that flank angle, looking for the opportunity. Peanut going to dive forward. Permafrost going to connect. Warrior Trickster now on cooldown as there is a Gnar into the wall. and Showmaker is massive in the front line. Can Chovy find the back line is the question. The Cyclone is huge. Def keeps himself alive, and the Cassante falls down immediately. Showmaker can't do anything. Goes golden for a little while, but then is going to be taken down, and Gen G feeling like they've taken full control back. By that graph before, level 18 on Chovy, level 15 on Showmaker. Like, this really has become pretty ridiculous.
Oh, that is 4 items.
Yeah.
Might be a last stand type of deal for D+ here.
Well, let's see whether they're going to be able to make that one work, as Doran does immediately get caught up. Chovy also going to be exhausted, tries to get out of there, as now Gen G are on the run. On the hunt has been used here. There's a lot of chase potential, but these glitter lancers are so frustrating. And DK couldn't catch up correctly. As more seagulls flying down here, as Doran will find Meganar. Def taking a bit of damage. Hyperbruck actually doing a whole bunch of work, as Peanut making his way over. Canyon on the flank. Def moving pretty quickly. Canyon getting taken down so low. Vision of Empire does nothing to Pays, who just looks huge, but that Boomerang Blade getting some work done. Chovy, it's his turn, as there's a big Showmaker does press the ult button. Now Def has the Akali closing in on him. Canyon has to run away. Deft is kiting beautifully, though, as Peanut takes so much damage. Deft goes golden. Chovy gets exhausted. The backflip timing, just beautiful. And Chovy crab raves as Gen G make their way up mid to win the game.
No one died! They didn't lose anyone!
I mean, 5 people died.
That's a clean ace! Yeah, I know 5 people died, else I'm watching the fight! Oh my! Dominance in the team fighting department here. Gen G.
Gen G just turned on. It ticked over like the 20-minute mark, and they're like, oh, okay, now we're feeling good. Now we'll win the game.
Gen G making a statement here as to maybe it is indeed a top 3. Maybe it's not D+ and T1 in a league of their own, like we felt after seeing this Gen G get completely run over. Yeah, Gnar pickup makes sense for D+. Can't also go blind Gnar for Gen G because you're playing at Silas, don't want to give him free Gnar ultimate, so makes a lot of sense. The exciting part is we get to see Chovy's LeBlanc bolstered by Peanut's Vi, so really quite a similar composition, a little bit more oriented towards individual pickups with this Vi and with the LeBlanc, but overall I think going to play largely the same. For D+, Showmaker will have a lot more playmaking potential, and the power of Kana on his...
Let's see whether Chronicler is correct in the 60% prediction as we hop onto the Rift.
Oh,
every
horrible
game. It would all just be... everything would be covered in glitter.
Ooh.
Alright.
Peanut dodging the Tri-Burst ward.
Yeah, we'll see whether Canyon and Canna can make this one work, as Peanut's going to move on in. There is First Blood going over to D+ here, and Peanut is just going to evacuate.
Personally hope to see the amount of solo kills. Oh no.
That's a Ghost. Alright, Doran's looking for it. There's the ulti. Canna just going to walk this one off as best he can. Oh, doesn't find it there. Now Canna chasing after him. We'll see whether he can actually get a few extra autos. Does not manage to do so, as now Chovy possibly in trouble, but he's LeBlanc, so he's not. Yeah, it's true, and a lot of those topics, you know, you shouldn't move them towards the LCK. That's what is somewhat of a difficulty, as Canyon's going to make his way over. They found the distortion, and Showmaker picks up the kill! Oh man, I thought it was a lull state for a second there, and immediately into winning the lane, as now Deft is in trouble. Pays is going to cleanse the exhaust. Gallon trying to stand in front as Deft gets to relative safety, but the cat is not going to be so lucky, and Pays just runs at the bottom lane of D+ Kia and wipes him out.
Ooh, Showmaker.
Yeah, Bolt Breaker comes in. There's the flash to make sure that they have the chain CC, and you're welcome. It's exactly the same treatment, this time from Chovy and Peanut, to what Showmaker and Canyon just did to Chovy. Chovy is there, and lined up as well. Yeah, exactly. Information advantage feels to be on D+ Kia's side. Gen G are grouped up and ready for this.
No flash, neither AD carry.
Yeah. And Cannon not going to get stunned up or snared by the chains. It's now Showmaker. He has a cease and desist available. Last time around, Canyon did manage to steal this. This time, Peanut locks it down as there's the Glacial Prison. Pays has the cleanse as the Cassante is going to fall immediately. We saw a very similar thing happen in the last game. But D+ Kia managed to also secure the Herald. This time around, not so. Now going to guard the eye to deny Peanut picking that one up.
Gen G able to get the final smite.
All right, yeah, Peanut going to dive on top here. That's too much damage, and the Silas is going to fall. Pays looks for the extendo beam. Canyon flashes. He's got a cat as well. But already they managed to take down Showmaker, who's just been prevented from having a good time this game. We're not going to have the same style of fight. It's going to be more of this cloak and dagger. As Chobi doing a bit of that. Is going to have to flash though, as we can see final chapter comes down. They look for the LeBlanc and they should be able to grab her. Canyon locks down that kill. Now Cannon with a fantastic Nava. He gets polymorph though and he hops away. Meganar going to be incoming here. As now without Chobi, Gen G are really going to struggle to hold on to this Drake, and they understand that. They do back away. Ulti times out from Pays. And the first cloud will be given to D plus Kia.
A little bit of vintage Caster Curse.
Love
right
to
there.
see it. Yeah, love to see it.
I haven't finished my sentence or he gets immediately picked off. That was a little scary. And nicely done by D+. Canyon and Kellen together. More than enough damage, or more than enough CC rather. As, oh, this is still going.
Yep, they're going to try and save this turret. Cease and desist going to be used onto Peanut. A taste of his own medicine, if you will, as Doran pushes them all away, and it's Canyon that's the first target. Peanut taken down low as Showmaker just wants to escape, just wants to get out of here, but he's not going to be allowed to. It's a double kill for Doran on this Cassante as Gen G get the kill lead.
And an overinvestment from D+. This is just going to be Baron again.
Another one.
This is the same thing that happened last time, but worse.
Yeah, because this time Canyon's not there to try and force some sort of 50-50.
Man, knock up, or knock in rather there from Doran. And overall, oh no.
Oh dear.
Okay,
never mind.
We'll be fine for now, but when the next wave comes in with the Baron buff, this turret sure to fall. They're still holding on here. You have a Sivir. Hitler is very good as teleport comes in.
Yeah, they should be able to get rid of the rest of these minions though, as Doran's going to get bonked into. With that Arctic Assault, Showmaker finds some chains. Permafrost is going to land as Canna looking for that backline, but Peanut's already taken down the Silas. Pays with the ulti running, is now running away from Canna, who does have the ulti. Is the crush combo going to be there as Canyon moving on in, doesn't have ult. So not going to be able to do too much more, as I believe Pays also managed to get that red buff. Adding insult to injury. Doran softened up, but now Pays is going to turn up. In goes Canna, gets a gnar, but it actually doesn't do anything at all. He gets cease and desisted, and he has to say yes as Doran dives into the backline. Deft has to flash, and the team fight has been ripped to shreds. Deft not going to be able to do anything here as the Vault Breaker is enough to get Peanut in. And Showmaker finds himself the last man standing alongside Kellen. Pays going to rip through him, and then Cassante picks up the KS to finish it off. As Pays might... Oh, there we go. They turn it on to Chovy. Let's see whether they can actually do some damage to Pays, though, because he is the one doing everything here for Gen G. Peanut going down very, very low, and the Prowling Projectile does land onto the Vi. Doran just frontlining beautifully, and Pays is just huge. I mean, what's he supposed to do? Doran popping off in the backline, as well as the Wallop goes entirely wide. And if they don't kill the Zeri, they cannot win the fight. And Pays shows them exactly why. That's a quadra kill in the end, and they'll say goodnight to this game. 2-0 for Gen G. We use statement quite a lot, but this is absolutely that. After so many, we're saying this team was third place.
Yeah, unsurprisingly, a wonderful game here from Gen G in a much more dominant fashion.
Any Boom Boom Damage voters